Good morning, trading world. It is July 14th, 2022, and this is my pre-market outlook and technical analysis for day trading the SPY. It is 8:28 a.m. on the East Coast. Earnings season kicks off, and the two that I have my eye on will be JPMorgan Chase and Morgan Stanley, which have pre-market earning releases. Financials as a whole have been taking a beating, but looking at JPMorgan, there could be a brief reprieve in the selling for a moment. Morgan Stanley seems to be poised to continue lower. Looking ahead to Friday, we have another huge expiration where trillions have to move. Couple that with ultra thin order flow and we have huge moves ahead. The Quant option risk are showing the same thing. Let me bring up a graphic to show that here. We started off the week with the plus or minus 9.561 market makers expected move for the week. We have just 2 days left and still have a 6.359 expected move for the remaining 2 days. That's movement. Also, speculation on the next Fed move is nothing short of crazy. Let me bring that up as well. If I can grab it here. All right. Little technical difficulties for a brief moment, but I got it up. This is the target rate probabilities for the next Fed meeting, and it's pointing to an 80% probability of more than 100 basis point hike by the Fed on the next announcement. This could definitely bury the equity market. From here, let's get to the key levels of the day. All right, here we are with the key levels of the day. Starting on the resistance side, we have our Jack resistance at 376 to the 378 area. Then we have our Queen resistance, 379 to the 380 area. And then our King resistance, 381 to the 383 area. On the support side, we have our Jack support at 373 to the 372 area, Queen support 371 to the 370 area, and King support 369 to the 368 area. The main thesis for today is bullish, closing above the 378.83 with a projected target high of between 378 and 383. Our alternate thesis is bearish, closing below the 378.83 with a projected target low of between 373 and 368. The current major channel we're in is 379 all the way down to 364. With that, let's bring up the scenarios of the day. All right, our first scenario and highest probability is going to be our trend day down day type structure. It's where we open, gap down, and start with a rise back toward the previous close, but we find resistance on or before we get to that previous close represented by the blue line. And we start our downtrend for the morning from there. This is known as our golden window. It's the best time to trade on the trend day down structure. and then we reach our midday chop around either the possible queen or king support level. One of the things we have to be very careful of is that the gap down is so large today that just the moving back up or rise to the previous close and trying to fill that gap could seem like a powerful uptrend in itself. But just know that it is still a downtrend day until we break above and close above the previous close. So that's our trend day down day type structure for today. Let's bring up the next scenario. All right, our next day type could be our rounded reversal day type structure. We could get a continued push lower toward the jack or queen support area and find midday chop around either the queen or king support before spending that same energy we used coming down to go back up the second half of the day. With our rounded reversal day type structure, we do have a vice versa warning in effect, which could look pretty much like this, where we get a continued push higher. And in getting that continued push higher, right off the cash open, we would find our midday chop somewhere around our queen or king resistance area. And then we would look to spend the second half of the day fading back with the same pretty much force that we rose up in the beginning of the day. So that's our vice versa warning on the rounded reversal day type structure. Our next scenario is our expansive range day structure. We can look to set a decision area low boundary around the jack or queen support area, then chop back up for a portion of the day, crossing the previous close and closing above that previous close, and then start possibly seeing the start of a reversal towards the end of the day. So that's our expansive range day structure. So those are the three day types in the order or probability in which they fall today. As always, please be careful. Please understand and know your risk of each position that you put on, because your primary job as a trader is to protect the capital that you already have. With that, I will close it out. As always, wishing you a positive trading day. Have a great one.